In September 1984, a U.S. Air Force B-52G bomber took off from Guam on a training mission. Just minutes after takeoff, a violent explosion tore through the aircraft, blowing open the fuselage midair. What happened next became one of the most unbelievable survival stories in bomber history. The aircraft was assigned to the 43rd Bombardment Wing at Andersen Air Force Base. It was a routine, low-level training flight. No combat, no enemy threat. The crew included 6 highly experienced airmen, with more than 9,000 combined flight hours in the B-52. As the bomber reached 20,000 feet, a loud metallic shock shook the aircraft. A forward bomb bay fuel tank exploded internally, ripping open the fuselage like a giant can. The cabin depressurized instantly. The explosion was so violent that the crew believed they had been hit by a missile, despite being far from any combat zone. Wires were shredded. Fuel poured into the aircraft structure. Power to several systems went offline. The pilots could feel the aircraft twisting in the air. In most cases, a structural failure like this is fatal. No bomber should be able to fly with a broken backbone. But the pilot, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Chuck Fisher, refused to give up. With no pressurization and major structural damage, he started descending back to Guam. His co-pilot managed the fuel leak, while the navigator monitored structural vibration. If the fuselage broke further, the aircraft would break apart in seconds. As they approached Guam, rescue crews took position. They expected the bomber to crash before reaching the runway. But Fisher brought the aircraft down at the highest landing speed ever recorded for a B-52, over 200 knots. The landing was so hard that the main landing gear collapsed, but the aircraft stayed intact. All 6 crew members survived. The investigation showed a fuel tank ignition caused the explosion, a rare but deadly mechanical failure. Boeing engineers said the aircraft should have broken apart in the air, yet it didn't. This led to new design studies and updated safety procedures for the B-52 fleet. To this day, aviation experts call it one of the most impressive non-combat saves in bomber history. It proved that great engineering, combined with pilot skill, can do the impossible. This was the story of the B-52 that survived an explosion from within. If you want more rare and true military aviation stories, subscribe to Storyman Aviation. History lives in the skies. See you in the next mission.